Welcome to Gail's Garden Herbs and More. This is just a quick video. I wanted to show you what I was doing with the few tomatoes that I got. I've been getting a few little things. I'm sorry, everything is just piled everywhere. Look at what I have over here. My table is full. It's a blessing. It's a good thing. It's just that and at the same time, I am cutting up. I went through, this was just full of peppers. Again, I'm processing more peppers, freezing some and drying some. So I've got some in an open pan till they get frozen, then I'll put them in a baggie to go in the fridge. But I like them to freeze separately. But just some of my harvest. But back to the tomatoes. Okay, I just had a few. These are so good. I don't know if you've ever tried dried tomatoes, but they are wonderful. And I don't have, since I came back to California, when I left California the first time, I gave away my pressure canner. So I haven't had a pressure canner in years. So, but with tomatoes you can do them with the water bath canner. But I love dried tomatoes, so I thought I would dry some. But let me show you. You can put them in the dehydrator, and they actually dry up really, really well. But I had some that were really juicy, so I tried putting them on paper towels. This is what happens. Don't try drying tomatoes on paper towels. It just doesn't work. Same thing here. I just dropped that on the floor. But they just don't come off. But just drying them on the tray, you may have to clean up the bottom of your dehydrator a little bit when you're done, because if they drip some as they're drying, but really I didn't have too much of a problem with that. And another thing you can do before you dry them, you can sprinkle salt or any seasoning you want if you like them, but I like them just the way they are. But you can do that. You can season them. So I don't know if you've ever tried dried tomatoes, but you ought to try them. They are really good. Yep. Sweet. Really good. But don't try drying them on paper towels. Anyway, okay, now, the next thing I want to show you is how to make lasagna noodles with your zucchini. Now, this is a yellow zucchini, so the yellow kind of fits. It almost looks like lasagna noodles, doesn't it? This was a good-sized yellow zucchini. That's about a quarter of it. The seeds are right at the point where they're close to maybe the other half of it, the club end of it, I took the seeds out and I made baked zucchini. I put a meat mixture in it. But for the lasagna noodles, yeah, I'm going to finish this part up, and then I've got some, here's a smaller whole yellow zucchini. I tell you, I love these things. I've got a huge one over here I'm saving the seeds to. I don't know if it's going to come out the same, but the flavor is better. It's just a milder flavor than the regular dark green. I love this zucchini. Here's a couple of my seed things. I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but this thing is huge, and it's heavy as a rock. My goodness, I can't even lift it up hardly with one hand. Now, this is an Armenian cucumber that got really big. I'm letting it dry out. I'll try to save the seeds on that as well. But back to the yellow zucchini noodles. I have fallen in love with this little kitchen equipment. It is a mandolin, and you just take your zucchini, and you want to be really careful with your fingers. But with this, I'm not going to do it with one hand because that blade is really, really sharp. Now, when I get down way low, you can put this on it. This is going to indent into this. I do it by hand a little bit because I kind of push it all the way through. You want to be really careful. You don't want to get your fingers down there. And it slices quicker than you think. Sometimes it'll stick for a second, then all of a sudden go fast. So, this is equipment that's really nice, but you have to be really, really careful with it. But it slices it uniformly, the same thickness, very quickly. I just love this. Look at this. Can you see how it sliced that so nice? If you push it evenly through there, it will cut it evenly. It is really nice. Now, sometimes when I first get started, one end will be a little bit thinner than the other. But you get going and get used to it, and it really works well. Really, these are some other ones that I made earlier. Really don't want to open them. I've got them sealed. I seal it with my hand sealer, but you can kind of see They're in there. I don't know if you can tell with the way the lights are or not. But they dry really nice, and they make great lasagna noodles, so just wanted to share that with you as well, a couple little things. Hope you all have a great and fantastic rest of your week during this harvest time. Dry some tomatoes and make some zucchini lasagna noodles. Give me a thumbs up, please. And share if you know somebody that might be interested in this. And I hope, again, as I said, I hope you have a great day. God bless.